Hey fellow beaders, it's JP and I've got another fun, simple project for you. This one should be really, really simple. Great for a beginner who wants to learn how to do right angle weave. So I've got two different colors that I've done. So in the tutorial I'll show you how to make this bracelet. And basically what you're going to need are 4mm beads and some 11s, essentially. So here I've done fire polish that are 4mm and a 4x3 rondelle. And I've done my 11s. So here's on the back, and so that's what you need there. Otherwise, in this one, I switched it for pearls and rondelles instead. So I've done a 4mm pearl and then a 4x3 rondelle. You can mix and match whatever you have. So it doesn't have to be rondelles. You can do pearls and fire polish, or pearls and bicones, or you could do drux, another type of round bead. You could just do two fire polish beads. It really is up to you, or you could do, let's see, I think I already said bicones and pearls, so I think that would look really pretty. So I try to make these designs so that you can, whatever you have, you don't have to run out and buy beads, and make whatever you've got. So let's get started. I have all of the information in the description box. Please look down there for colors, for the number of beads, and so forth. All of it's there. I write it all out for you so that you have the information right away. And I also try to link up the places where I bought the beads. I don't make any money off of that. Makes it easier for you guys to find the colors that you're looking for. And the rondelles, I probably just got these from Michael, so those you might not be able to find easily, but maybe you will. Anyway, let's get started. So to get started, what you're going to do is pick up the pearl, rondelle until you've got 4 of each bead type on your thread. And then I'm just going to tie a knot and just have a long tail long enough that is something I can weave in a little bit later. And this is what you should get. And then what you're going to do is actually go through the beads again to reinforce. And so all I'm going to do is go through. So, all right, almost all the way around. And by the way, this black on my hand is just ink, and it's fading, but it's from a marker. So my hands are not dirty. They're just, it's just ink. And so you want to come out of a rondelle here. Just like this. So I'm coming out of that. And what you're going to do is pick up 5 rondelles, or sorry, 5 11s. So I got my 5 here. Just like that, and you're making a loop around this rondelle. And then go through the first 3. So you're going to come out of the middle bead in that group of 5. And should look like that. Then pick up 4 11s, like so. And I'm sure you can guess what we're doing here if you follow me regularly. I'm going to make the clasp loop here. So go back through that same 11. Go through the first 11. Then pick up an 11 and go into the next one. Just like that. Pick up an 11, go into the next one. And one more time, pick up an 11, go into the next 2. Oh, I grabbed a ring off my desk. So this is what you should have so far, and I know this is loose, so we're going to reinforce again to make everything tight. So first I'm going to reinforce the diamond. So just going through the beads. And then the next 2 beads here that I'm going through. And then down into the next 2. So I've reinforced that. I want to finish reinforcing this, so I'm just going to go down into the 2. And then back through the rondelle. And then again, one more time, just going through these. So you can go through the diamond again if you want. I'm going to go ahead and skip over the diamond part to reinforce because it's been done 3 times, so we should be good. Plus, I know this middle bead is a little tight. And once again, going down these. And then we're going to go over to the other rondelle here. So this should feel very secure. If not, feel free to go through it again. And then make your way towards the rondelle on the opposite side. And I'm going to get that tail thread out of the way. Okay. I want to make sure I'm holding the right thing. So here we are. Now what you're going to do is pick up an 11, then the rondelle, an 11, the rondelle, 11, another one of our rondelles, and an 11. So it should be 3 of the rondelles and 4 11s. Then go back through this rondelle here. So you get a smaller little circle. So at this point you should have a big circle and a little circle. And then what you're going to do is, I'm not going to reinforce this at this point because we're going to do another step that reinforces the whole thing. Alright, then just make your, so it's coming out of this one and I'm just making my way to this rondelle. And now for this next one, it's going to be pearl. And I'm going to move some of these over here so I'm not crossing over so much. So it's going to be pearl, rondelle, pearl, rondelle, pearl, rondelle, and pearl. So basically you want 4 pearls and 3 rondelles on your needle there. So just bring those down and go back through the rondelle here. Just like that. And this is what you should get. And then keep your tension tight. Make sure there's not any looseness in the thread. And continue until you get to the rondelle here. So your thread, you should be coming out of this one at the bottom. And you're just going to make your way up into the one that's directly opposite. Just like so. And then again, we're repeating what we did here. So it's going to be 11, rondelle, 11, rondelle, 11, rondelle, and 11. So 3 rondelles, 4 11s, go back through the rondelle. I think this is a great way to learn right angle weave. If you don't know how to do right angle weave, this is just a fun project. And that's essentially the stitch that we're doing. We're just repeating the same stitch over and over again. And then I'm just going to make my way into the other rondelle, the opposite side. So the next pattern you're going to repeat now is, again, it's going to be the pearl rondelle combo. So pearl, rondelle, pearl, rondelle, pearl, and rondelle, and one more pearl. Hello, there's the hole. There we go. So I dropped it. There it is. 4 pearls, 3 rondelles. Bringing them down and going into, and there's my third large loop. And so now make your way over to the next rondelle on the opposite side of where your thread is exiting. And you just want to continue until you get to the length you need. So just don't forget to take into account your clasp and how much that's going to add. But otherwise, just keep going. And then I will show you how to do the next steps. Okay, so I have gone ahead and made the bracelet to the length that I need. And now I am coming out of this last bead. One of the other things I want to note is I'm going to show you how to make the ear wire loop once again. Is that I started with a big circle, I'm ending with a big circle. So that's one thing you want to try to keep balanced. You don't have to, but it just kind of gives it the nice balance to the design. So you just want to make sure the bigger circle's where you're ending your bracelet. So, because you could, if you find that maybe it's a little too small, you could always, or cut out the set and then add more jump rings to and use a bigger clasp. I mean, you could play around with it to keep the balance in the design, basically. So what you're going to do, just like we did before on the other side, is you're going to pick up 5 11s and go back around this rondelle. And then go up the first 3 11s. You're coming out of the middle one. I'm just going to shift over a little bit. And then pick up 4 11s. And go back around that 11 that you're coming out of. Go through the first 11. Then pick up an 11, go into the next 11. Oops, sorry. Bump the camera. Pick up another 11, go into just the next 11 after that. And then once again, pick up an 11, go into the next 2 11s. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce. And so just going through 2 beads at a time. And then I'm going to reinforce this. So I'm just going to go down the 2 11s here on the side, through the rondelle. Then again back up the 2, then into the 1 in the middle, and back down. And then through the rondelle one more time. So now for the next step, you want to come out of the pearl over here. So I'm just going to go through, I'm here, coming out of that rondelle, go through the pearl, rondelle, and the pearl. And I'm going to pick up 7 of my 11s. So that should be 7, and I'm going to just go into the pearl in this next, I'm going to go into the pearl in the next big loop. So skip over the rondelles and just go into the pearl, and you can continue through until you come out of the next pearl. So you're going through these 3 beads here. Pearl, rondelle, pearl. Just like that, and you're going to get a loop sitting over the rondelles. And then you're just repeating this all the way down. So once again, I'm picking up 7 of my 11 no beads. Coming out of this pearl, I'm just going to go over into this pearl and through the 3 beads in the big circle. So don't pull too tight, just let the beads sit, and they should just kind of sit over on the top of the rondelles like this. So if it looks a little odd, that's okay. It's supposed to, it'll fix itself once we do the other side of it. And you're just going to repeat until you get all the way down here. And then what you're going to do is just make your way around until you come out of this pearl. So just work your way. You're going to go through these, go through the rondelle, and you're just coming here. And then, but I'll be back in a second to show you how to do the next part. So for now, just add 7 beads. So 7 here, 7 over there, and so forth. All right, so I've added my 7/11s here throughout the section. So I'm coming out of that pearl. So I am going to go into, and let me move this. So I'm going into the rondelle next. And I'm just going to turn the work so it's kind of upward and makes it easier for you to see. So once again, I'm right here coming out of this rondelle. Now I'm going to go through the pearl, the next rondelle, and I want to come out of this next pearl. So now I'm going to pick up 3 11s. Then I'm going to grab the middle bead in this group of 7 that we just did. So the middle one here is right there. Go ahead and grab that. Give that a little tug, and then grab 3 more 11s and go into the pearl. And then into the rondelle if you can, just like I did there. Give that a nice tug, and that'll create this nice little X over the rondelles here in the small loop. Now here, coming out of the rondelle, I just want to go into the pearl, and you're going to repeat what we just did, create the next X here. So once again, I'm coming out of that pearl, I'm going to pick up 3 11s, and I'm just going to go into the middle 11 here in this group of 7. And then pick up 3 more. Again, and then into the pearl, the rondelle, and into, well, there. So I got through my 3. So once I pull that into place, my next little X pattern is made. And that's all we're going to do. So let me just do this one more time. I'm coming out of this pearl. I'm going to pick up 3 11s, grab the middle one here. So this is 7 here, so there should be basically it's an odd number, just so that I have it all nice and balanced. And then I pick up 3 again, and I'm just going to go through the pearl, the rondelle, and the pearl, and I'm set up to make the next X. And there you go. Very pretty, isn't it? So just keep going until you get to the end, and then we're just going to tie off. It's very simple. Alright, so I have completed all my little X's, and doesn't that come out really nice looking? So just to show you, I'm coming out of this pearl. I've added the 3. I'm coming out of the pearl. I'm just going to tie a 1/2 inch knot just to show you. Just tie 3 1/2 inch knots, and then go into the rondelle, tie another one here, And then go through the pearl and this rondelle here. And I'm going to go ahead and tie a third knot here. And then just go through a few of these beads to weave the thread a little bit before I trim it. And just going into the rondelle there. And then if I turn it to the back, you can see better. Just go into the 11 and the other rondelle, and my thread got caught. Okay, and now I can trim. So I'm just going to grab my thread zapper and cut. Alright, here they are. Here's my two colorways all finished. So there's my jump ring, and I've added a lobster claw. You can add any type of clasp that you like. So if you've got a toggle clasp, that's fine too. So whatever you like. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.